So what do you do outside of school?
Most of the time I'm working.
Okay, where do you work?
I work at a daycare. I've worked there since I was 16. I love it.
Was that your first job you had?
Yes, and I was really nervous because I had no idea where to work. I didn't really know like what skills I had or what I would be good at because I was so young and I never worked anywhere, so I didn't have any experience.
Did you start off pretty well from like right off the bat? Like were you like overwhelmed at first when you started working?
At first I was a little bit, but I knew a couple of people who worked there, so it made it a little bit better because they were all super nice and helpful. But sometimes when I was by myself with the kids, just in the first couple of days, I was nervous, but everything went smoothly. But I was just nervous that something was going to happen.
Do you get along with all the other people that work there?
Oh yeah. Since I've worked there for so long, there's been a lot of different people come and go. But I met some of my best friends there, and some people, there's some older women, and they're like my mom, and like some of my best friends work there too.
How old are the kids that you usually watch at the daycare?
When I first started out working there, I was with the younger toddlers, so they were 10 to 18 months, and I think that was like my favorite age. But now I work with the babies.
Okay, how old are the babies? Like
just 0 to 10 months.
Okay.
And they start at 6 weeks.
Do you ever watch any of the older kids?
Sometimes when they need me to like relieve a teacher for lunch or something, I go to like the 4s and 5s or the 3s, which I like them too, but I don't really like working with the older kids. I like the babies.
Does it have any effect on like how many kids you want in the future?
That's a good question. I think I am gonna have kids later than I thought I was going to, but I think I still think I want to have a few kids.
Did it have any effect on you choosing a major?
Yeah, actually. I never realized how much I liked kids because I had never been around them that much before working at the daycare, but once I started working there, I realized that I could see myself doing something professionally like that. So I chose human development and family science because I want to go into something with children, but I'm not sure exactly what.
Do you watch any of the kids outside of the daycare? Like, have their parents wanted you to like babysit or anything?
Oh yes. One of my favorite little toddlers when I first started, she's almost 4 now, and I've babysat her for the past 2 years, and we've gotten really close with like their family. And there's been others that I've gone to so many like first birthday parties and stuff, but I babysit a couple.
Okay. Do the kids call you Miss? What are
They call me Miss Carly if they can say it. Some of them don't even say anything. Like the little ones, they can't even say my name. But the older ones, if they can remember, they say Miss Carly. Okay. And it's weird.
How often do you work at the daycare?
Well, I actually work there in Claremore, where I'm from. So all summer long for like three solid months, and then all of Christmas break when I'm home, and then just whenever, like Thanksgiving break and things like that. But in high school, it was every day.
Do you, when you go home on the weekends or whenever you go home, do you go there and baby?
If I don't have class on Fridays, so sometimes if my classes on Thursday are canceled or something, I can go home on like Wednesday night and work like Thursday, Friday. They're really like lenient and they don't care if I just come in and work for like a day or two.
What are their hours at the daycare?
They're open from I think 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. But I usually work just 10 to 6 like as a reliever, and I go in and I send people to lunch and then send people home. Like the people who work at 5:15 in the morning get off at 2:15, so by the time everyone's had a lunch, I'm able to relieve them so they can go home.
Okay. How many do you usually watch at a time?
It just depends on the age. Babies, you can only watch 4 by yourself.
Okay.
But in the baby room, there's 2 teachers in there, so there's 8 babies. So it's nice that you have help, because sometimes it's crazy being with 4 if they're all crying.
Sorry.
But with like the older kids, like toddlers, you can have 6, and the older they get, like 2, you can have 8 kids by yourself. So, and sometimes it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I imagine. Do you guys lay them down for naps all at the same time?
Yeah, which is hard because in the baby room, obviously they have cribs and they don't have like a designated nap time. Yeah. But when they move to the toddler room, when they turn 1, we have mats and like cots. And it's hard when they're first transitioning to the toddler room when sometimes they can't walk yet, and you're having to like train them to sleep on the cot like instead of a crib. It's hard, but yeah, even like the 4s and 5s all have nap time, and you just lay the cots out throughout the room.
Okay. Well, it was nice talking to you.